Welcome all you free thinkers out there to the very first video on this channel. Let's start by diving straight into the action and talk about the mother of all conspiracy theories, Area 51. Area 51 is located in the southern part of Nevada, United States. It is roughly 83 miles north of Las Vegas. The area is owned and operated by the United States Air Force and is often referred to as either Nevada Test and Training Range or Groom Lake. The name Groom Lake comes from the large salt flat just north of Area 51. The closest surrounding town to Area 51 is the small town of Rachel, which in later years has become a haven for UFO hunters. The town lies along the Nevada Highway 375, also known as the Extraterrestrial Highway. In order to get to the actual Air Force base, you would have to take a dirt road approximately 5 miles or 45 kilometers through the Nevada desert. Along this journey, you will be met with signs telling you that the area is restricted and that you can be prosecuted for breaching these laws. Apart from signs showing you that you're unwanted, you are also most likely being watched along your journey by the camo dudes. These are military security guards, dressed in camouflage gear, who keep a watchful eye over the perimeter surrounding Area 51. Their job is to make sure that there are not any unwanted visitors. In 2016, a father and son duo were riding their dirt bikes on the outskirts of Area 51. They got intercepted by the camo dudes, who at gunpoint frisked both men and their vehicles. The men were later released with a warning, but it all could have gone much worse, and the use of deadly force is allowed if you breach any of the laws that are stated on the signs surrounding Area 51. When talking about Area 51, one normally associates it with extraterrestrial life. This conspiracy theory roots back all the way to 1947 and the so-called Roswell incident. The Roswell incident refers to the 1947 crash of an United States Army Air Force balloon in the town of Roswell, New Mexico. However, ufologists and conspiracy theorists believe that in fact it was an extraterrestrial aircraft which crashed, not a balloon. Although there has not been any actual evidence of a UFO crash at Roswell, there are still those who believe that it actually did. Many believe in second-hand stories from eyewitnesses who claim that they saw something on that night. Others believe simply in the lack of government transparency surrounding the crash. There are even those who believe that the government covered up the crash in order to continue their research on life beyond these dimensions. So why would the government conceal this from the public? There are many theories to this as well. Some believe that the US government took custody of extraterrestrial aircrafts and brought it to Area 51 in an attempt to reverse engineer an extraterrestrial spacecraft. Others take it even a step further and claim that there were actual aliens on board the spacecraft which crashed in Roswell, and that the US government took custody of the remains of these aliens and brought them to a research center within Area 51. Some also believe that the Roswell incident was not an isolated event, but rather the start for human contact with extraterrestrial life. In 1994, the US government released a report on the Roswell incident. There, they finally revealed that the crashed balloon was part of a top-secret project called Mogul. The project was testing technology that could defeat the Soviet Union nuclear bombs. This has, however, not changed the mind of the conspiracy theorists who still believe that the Roswell accident was the birth of extraterrestrial life on Earth. The theory of Area 51 being a research center for alien life got a second wind when a man named Robert Lazar in 1989 claimed he worked on extraterrestrial technology inside Area 51. Lazar told in a broadcasted interview that he saw autopsy photographs of aliens inside the facility and that the US government used the facility to examine recovered alien spacecrafts. Lazar, who in the interview seemed like an ordinary man, portrayed very calm and articulate as he spoke of dismantling and test flying saucers at Area 51.
When I was let in, it was the first time I saw the sport model in the hangar sitting down, and I was told they could have walked me in the front door, but they purposely wanted to walk me by it. I was told not to say anything and just keep my eyes forward and walk past the disc into the office area. And I did, and as we went by it, I just kind of stuck my hands on it just to run it alongside the thing, and that was about the smallest time. After that, I got to see it actually lift off the ground and operate.
Why would somebody seemingly normal come up with an extraordinary story like this, knowing he didn't have any actual evidence to support his claims? Lazar's claims have been met with a lot of criticism. There have been those who have been trying to discredit him by saying that he has fabricated his educational background, making up his degrees from MIT and Caltech, institutes there are no records he has attended. Then there are those who have also claimed that his time working for Los Alamos Particle Laboratory was made up, since there are no records of him actually working there. Lazar himself have met this criticism with claims that all his records were deliberately wiped out by people high up in the governmental chain. Now, whether you believe in Lazar or not, one has to ask themselves, if Lazar is just another conspiracy theorist without any substantial evidence, why did the FBI raid his workplace in 2017? According to Lazar, he had kept proof known as Element 115 from his time at Area 51, and the FBI wanted to recover it. I don't know if Lazar has actually convinced me in his theories, but what I do know is that the FBI won't waste any resources on a crazy conspiracy theorist. Another less prominent conspiracy theory surrounding Area 51 involves weather control. This theory stems from the late 1940s Project Cirrus, where the US government tried to find a way to modify clouds and use rain, or perhaps the lack of it, as a weapon. It is believed that this project actually never had an end date, rather continued throughout the years, and that the United States government today has the technology to control the weather, to create massive hurricanes or tropical storms even, which could take out an entire population. While there is no actual evidence that such research continued at Area 51, weather modification does sound like just the sort of trick the government scientists would try to pick up from captured aliens, doesn't it? If you're into conspiracy theories with a truly grand sweep, Area 51 is a convenient place to pull all of these threads together. That is the reason why some speculate that the test range is the logical place for the location of Majestic 12. Majestic 12 is an organization that often appears in UFO conspiracy theories. The organization is claimed to be the code name of an alleged secret society of scientists, military leaders, and government officials. It was supposedly formed in 1947 by an executive order from the former US President Harry S. Truman. Its purpose is to facilitate, recover, and investigate alien spacecrafts. Now, when speaking of Area 51, we can't forget to mention the somewhat anticlimactically raid of Area 51, which took place on September 20th, 2019. What started as a comical event on Facebook under the name Storm Area 51, They Can't Stop Us All, turned into a movement which by its end had engaged more than 1.5 million people who said that they were interested in the raid. The event's founder, Maddie Robertson, stated that the idea for the event came after listening to Bob Lazar's interview on the popular Joe Rogan podcast. He created the event as a joke, even stating, "If we Naruto run, we can move faster than their bullets. Let's see them aliens." Being warned by both Air Force officials and Nevada law enforcement, only 150 people actually showed up to the event, but these people gave us some of the best moments of 2019.
These were the folks who finally tried it.
Whether you're a believer or a skeptic of extraterrestrial life, weather control, or a secret society, one thing is certain. There are more questions than answers surrounding Area 51. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you have, please hit that like button, subscribe for more fascinating conspiracy theories, and until next time, stay awake.